This is 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, Missouri marijuana laws could soon go up in smoke. Good evening, I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Within the last 5 hours, Legal Missouri delivered enough signatures to put recreational marijuana on the ballot in Missouri this November. 5 on your side's Holden Kurwicki joins us now live with what this program could look like. Holden.
Well, Mike, if you're driving to Illinois right now across the Poplar Street Bridge, there's already a sign up that says the grass is greener over here. But after collecting 2.5 times more signatures than were required to get recreational marijuana on the ballot, it may not stay that way for long here in the Show Me State.
As we speak, there are more than 181,000 Missourians carrying medical marijuana cards.
Well, there's certainly a lot more people than that use marijuana in Missouri on a regular basis, and those people should not be treated as criminals. So we want to create a legal framework for them to use and purchase and cultivate marijuana for their own personal use.
Legal Missouri 2022 campaign manager John Payne spoke with me from Jefferson City just minutes after delivering more than 390,000 signatures in support of a ballot measure legalizing recreational marijuana.
I believe it was 731 boxes in total, took up 2 U-Haul trucks.
If approved by the voters, Missouri's marijuana program would look similar to what we already see in Illinois, but with one major difference.
We're going to have a lower tax rate than Illinois.
Under the Legal Missouri ballot measure, marijuana would be taxed at up to 9%, which the state auditor's office estimates could generate more than $50 million in year one.
And we're going to direct those funds to drug abuse and prevention treatment services, and then also the badly underfunded Missouri Public Defender System, and then Missouri Veterans Services.
The last part of the ballot measure seeks to expunge all nonviolent marijuana offenses, aside from DUI and sales to a minor.
Those people typically don't go to prison, but they still are going to have a record from that arrest, from that conviction, and this is going to wipe the slate clean for them. And yes, it's going to let some people out of prison who are serving time for nonviolent marijuana offenses.
From here, all of those signatures will need to be processed to make sure that they are legal and valid. If everything checks out, recreational marijuana will be on the Missouri ballot coming up in November. Reporting live in downtown St. Louis, Holden Kurwicki, 5 on your side.
Taking a live look at the St. Louis Arch. It's a comfortable night out there, but get ready for the dog days of summer in May. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking these changes of record heat this week, Scott?
It looks like it. In fact, we may see our earliest temperature of 94 degrees or higher than we've ever seen since the records have been kept in St. Louis. That could happen on Wednesday. If we hit 94, it's not done that this early in the year. And it certainly hasn't done it on Wednesday. That record high is 91. So is Tuesday's record high. Thursday's record high is 92. We think all of those records are going to fall. And it's not just the heat, it's the humidity that we'll be dealing with after the rain from last week. You see, we've had a few clouds from time to time across the region, not much. That warm front to our south is going to lift through here tomorrow. Today's hot air, well, you could find that across much of Texas. In fact, as you look down towards Abilene, 107 degrees today for the high temperature there, as well into the 90s around Dallas. That's early for them too. We have a warm and windy Monday on the way. It'll be a steam bath. There's certainly more like it come Tuesday through Thursday when the Cardinals come back home. And the rain chances this week are looking meager. Talk more about that in a few minutes, Mike.
Chasing the Cup, sponsored by Car Shield.
A sigh of relief tonight for Blues fans. They left Enterprise Center just a few hours ago on a better note. The Blues pulled off a big win in a crucial playoff game against the Minnesota Wild. Sports director Frank Cusimano joins us now with a wrap-up of Game 4. A sigh of relief is right.
Yeah, Mike. Craig Berube plays hunches better than any coach or manager we've had in this town since Whitey Herzog. He thought it would be a good idea to bench the Game 1 hero, Ville Husso, and play a guy who struggled this season a little bit, Jordan Binnington. And it worked. It was just a good day to be named Jordan, if you remember the Blues. Jordan Kyrou was out of sight for the note, scoring 2 electric goals. And Jordan Binnington, well, he looked like the guy from 2019. He turned back 28 out of 30 shots. Blues win 5-2. Series is now even at 2 games apiece. A penny for your thoughts, Mr. B.
However it played out, you got to be ready for whatever's to come. And I was just, putting in that work and building that resiliency for if or when that time came. And, it was a lot of fun being out there and competing and, just the crowd after when we scored and after saves, big kills, big plays. They know the game here, so it's always fun to play in front of this crowd.
Awesome to see him get that ovation at the end of the game. It seemed like old times. Game 5 coming up on Tuesday night in Minnesota, and I think Jordan Binnington will get the call.
All right, Frank, thanks. Some potentially bad news for Boeing's St. Louis workforce. The U.S. Air Force is proposing to cut its order of the cutting-edge F-15 fighter jets by nearly half. The company used billions of dollars and hundreds of manpower hours to fulfill the order here in St. Louis. One analyst says money isn't the issue. One problem is an emphasis on new model aircraft. It's unclear who would have the chance to build it.
The second issue is the balance between upgrades to the existing fleet of F-15s. Obviously, there are hundreds of those in Air Force service relative to replacing them with new aircraft. And that calculation changes as they look at the existing fleet and as they look at the economics of upgrading versus buying new.
Not all hope is lost. That analyst says there are rumors of F-15 orders from other countries.
Right now, St. Louis police are investigating the third homicide in North City in less than 24 hours. The latest happened just a few hours ago outside the Minerva Place apartments. A 30-year-old man was shot multiple times and was pronounced dead at the scene. No word on a motive or suspects. Around 2 this morning, a 22-year-old man was found shot to death near the intersection of Marcus and Labadie. And around 11 o'clock last night, 2 people were found shot in the 5200 block of Ridge. A 30-year-old man died. Those cases are all still under investigation. Tonight, St. Louis police are looking for 2 men responsible for a shooting that left a child with a gunshot wound to the foot. It happened this afternoon near St. Louis Avenue and Kings Highway in North St. Louis. That is the 49th juvenile shot this year in the city of St. Louis. That shooting happened just hours after mothers marched on Mother's Day to end gun violence in our city.
Yeah, it was spearheaded by a mom who lost her son and 7-year-old granddaughter in a deadly shooting. Our Travis Cummings has that mother's message from the Central West End.
It's a beautiful day. That's why I'm doing it, finding purpose for my pain.
This Mother's Day, Sakitha Rankin is on a mission.
We are here to march for justice in remembrance of my 7-year-old granddaughter.
Little Demaya and her 26-year-old father, Darian, were shot and killed in January in 2021 on Laclede Avenue. Flowers and photographs hang on a gate steps away from where the tragedy happened. Other mothers, fathers, community members marching back in the Central West End to put an end to gun violence. With young people and their voices purposely leading the way.
You're not listening to the grown-ups, and we just want them to, like, my life matters, I exist, like, give me a chance.
The advocacy doesn't end here. Rankin wants to create a park for others who face or might face grief from losing a child, a place to reflect or hold a vigil. Her mother and Demaya's great-grandmother, Elaine, flying in from Houston to help out with this effort and that vision.
We want to be able to support the other families in that, this is not just for, Demaya and Darian. This is to, bring awareness for all the kids that have been, this honors everybody.
Strong mothers turning their pain into power.
I'm glad that mentally I'm able to keep going and do something and not just wither away and let myself go and go into depression, because it is hard.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
And if you would like to join the cause, you can connect with the group on their Facebook page, Justice for Us.
A heads up tonight for drivers in a North St. Louis County community. Starting tomorrow, the county will be conducting a 2-day speed reduction demonstration in Castle Point. Tires, hazard cones, and flexible curbing will be used on Royal and Princess Drives. Officials say speeding and crashes are a problem in that neighborhood.
It takes a village.
We believe that experience is the master teacher.
The local man mentoring young black men in the St. Louis area and guiding them to become the leaders of tomorrow. Wiping away student loan debt. President Biden set to take action. But is he fulfilling his campaign promise? We verify.
As the heat makes an early season appearance in St. Louis, how last week's rain will make a big difference in how it feels later this week.
On this Mother's Day, a story about someone who gives moms a break. As you'll learn in tonight's Making a Difference report, he believes in the idea that it takes a village to raise a child.
Because he helps so many people, he called and asked if we could help him.
Spending time helping others keeps you from wasting time.
So a lot of the things
That's the mindset of Keenan Morrison.
There you go, there you go.
And why he's come to the office of Park Central Development with an army of young men.
Easy when everybody works together.
They're here in the heart of St. Louis to help clean up a basement.
See how it works?
Just a typical Saturday for Morrison's nonprofit, The Village.
Everybody has in common. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has a gift and a talent. But the question is, are you surrounded with the people and planted in a healthy place for that to really be cultivated?
The 43-year-old has a degree in petroleum engineering from Missouri S&T.
Good. How those boys doing?
But decided to trade in oil exploration for education.
Wow.
Becoming a teacher in the city of St. Louis.
I really felt like if I was going to be counted as a number, because I graduated the same semester as 9/11, that I would prefer to make a difference.
Then at church, he noticed two young men just hanging around week after week looking for something to do.
I told them, come with me on Saturdays, and you know, I could always use an extra set of hands, and they kept bringing people. They said, hey, can my brother come? Can my cousin come? Check it.
And because it takes a village to raise a child, that was the start of The Village. Every other Saturday of every month, you can find Morrison leading dozens of young men to help out local food banks, fill in dangerous potholes, or just visit a research lab. It's all about experiential learning.
We believe that experience is the master teacher. And so we provide as many real-life experiences as possible.
Over 77.
Kids can get homework help from mentors like 22-year-old Darius Washington.
20 and 1/3, man.
Who is also available to give guidance.
Things that like every young man faces, especially African American men that we face in our communities, that we don't have the opportunity to really express.
And if it all sounds pretty weighty, keep in mind at The Village, joy is serious business.
That it's a very fun place where we get to learn and grow together with lots of young men.
Kids like 10-year-old Wilhelm White also get to enjoy hikes or bike rides, even learning to catch a fish. Though an afternoon of cleaning up is just fine with him.
We're on the earth, and you know, like when you're in an apartment or something, you have to pay rent. Our rent to the earth is by cleaning it up.
That's like $1. If I make it $1 amount.
His mom says the only thing growing faster than Wilhelm is his confidence.
That's him being a part of the village. That's him learning that his voice is important. That's him being talked to and not talked at all day.
As the cleanup continues at Park Central Development, known for investing in St. Louis neighborhoods, Morrison will continue to invest in kids.
Everything here is measured perfectly.
After all, that investment pays the most interest.
He took this thing he was doing on the weekends just to be a civil servant, and he's now turned it into an entire organization and is wanting to grow it so he can help more.
Keenan Morrison and The Village.
Toss it, man, get rid of it.
Showing the way so kids know the way to their dreams.
Enjoy it, all right? I think it's priceless.
Keenan Morrison, who also owns and runs a trucking company, partners with Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and local companies like Stiefel and Ameren to make it all work. And a reminder, if you know someone inspiring or know someone making a difference, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com.
Today was about pampering mom. Many celebrated Mother's Day, of course, with some brunch. Some St. Louisans took advantage of the nice weather and enjoyed that brunch outside. Here's 9 Mile Garden in Afton. Moms were treated to delicious eats from the food trucks and some drink specials. Let's take you to historic St. Charles. They provided the perfect backdrop for Mother's Day pictures. Main Street in bloom, featuring floral displays, lampposts adorned with flowers and ribbons. There was also music, a maypole, and a parade. And a beautiful day for a parade. Another parade, the Flowers of the Valley Festival Grand Parade, held in Florissant. This is the first time that parade and festival were held in 2 years because of the pandemic. So happy Mother's Day to everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to you,
Thank
Ann.
you.
And Scott, boy, you really ordered up some beautiful weather today, and now you're going to turn up the heat.
You know, I wish we could just like save today and keep it for like a whole week.
Yeah.
And it's not him. He's
Yeah, I
not
know. I don't
really
have any
doing it.
I don't have
Right,
any control.
he's in sales, not production.
That's right. You know, or prediction, not production, you know.
Right.
But here's the thing. Today was about as perfect as you're going to get for Mother's Day in St. Louis. We started out comfortable this afternoon, mid-70s. We're still in the low 70s looking back over St. Peter's from St. Charles right now. Temperatures across the region not dropping all that much. Now, if you've been outside, you know there is a bit of a breeze out there. We will keep that breeze blowing here through the overnight hours. Temperatures holding in the 70s with a few clouds rolling in. Still 72 here in North County and Florissant as you look on what was certainly a beautiful Mother's Day there at Sacred Heart. Right now in St. Louis, officially Lambert's coming in with 72 degrees. We managed to get up to 75. Now, you would think on a normal night, we would see those temperatures dropping a lot more, especially since our dew point, the measure of moisture in the air, is at 52. That's kind of dry. We had that breeze tonight, that plus a few clouds, that's going to keep our temperatures up. And so tomorrow we will be much milder. We'll start in the 60s instead of in the 50s, which means we're easily back into the 70s by lunchtime, mid to upper 80s. Winds are stiff out of the south-southeast tomorrow. That's going to push those temperatures up. Cardinals coming back to town here. Orioles will be in town Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. These are first pitch forecast temperatures. 88 degrees for the first pitch for an evening game in May in St. Louis. That's Tuesday night, 89 Wednesday night. Thursday's a day game. It'll be 91 for the first pitch. Reason why? Well, your jet stream is taking a big jump to the north here, going all the way up into Canada. That is allowing a lot of the heat and humidity to spread back in across the region. We had 2 to 3 inches, locally higher amounts of rain last week. The trees are leafing out. So that means there's plenty of moisture. That'll get evaporated out of the ground, get into the air. You're going to see the heat index Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the mid to upper 90s. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a heat index close to 100 degrees in a few spots. It is Mother's Day, and we're going to remind you of the heat safety this week because none of us are accustomed to hot weather at all. So this week, when we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, maybe into Friday, we're going to be slowing it down. We're going to be drinking lots of water. We're going to be checking on each other, watching the kids, making sure your pets are okay, because we've got dry weather, we've got hot temperatures back into the low and mid 90s. By Friday night into Saturday, some showers and storms, and things will get a little more seasonable after that.
All right, Scott, thank you so much. The cost of gas, it's going up again, and we could just be hours away from hitting new record prices at the pump.
Tonight, gas prices are headed back in the wrong direction. After dropping around 20 cents last month, prices at the pump have jumped nearly 15 cents in the last week, and they could hit new records as soon as tomorrow. It comes as the summer travel season is about to get underway. According to AAA, the national average is now at $4.31. St. Louis drivers are paying around $3.99 a gallon, but in the Metro East, it's about $4.45 a gallon. But you're not just paying those higher prices at the pump. A diesel shortage is driving up prices to record levels. Experts at Gas Buddy say the increased cost to ship those goods to stores means you'll have to pay more at the register.
Tonight, $1.76 trillion in student loan debt has gone unpaid. President Joe Biden is expected to announce a decision sometime soon about whether he will try to cancel some federal loans. Our Verified team looks into the promises the president made on the campaign trail. Here's Casey Decker.
President Biden is considering plans to forgive some student loan debt, but some activists say the proposals he's looking at now don't measure up to the promises he made on the campaign trail. One viral tweet reads, quote, Biden ran on canceling all your federal student debt if you went to an HBCU or public college and make under $125,000. Let's verify. When he was running for president, did Joe Biden propose forgiving all federal student debt for borrowers who attended public or historically black colleges and have annual incomes below $125,000? Our sources, a post on Medium by then candidate Biden, the Democratic Party, and video from a town hall held in Miami a month before the election. In April of 2020, Biden wrote a blog post about his ideas for helping out folks struggling in the pandemic economy. One of those ideas, quote, I propose to forgive all undergraduate tuition-related federal student debt from 2- and 4-year public colleges for debt holders earning up to $125,000. He said this would also apply to HBCUs and MSIs, minority-serving institutions. The same language appeared in the official Democratic Party platform, which was approved at the 2020 Democratic National Convention. And then, during an NBC town hall in October of 2020, Biden referenced a version of the same plan when answering a question about the economic obstacles facing young people.
That's why I'm going to eliminate a lot of your student debt if you, in fact, if you come from a family less than 125 grand and you went to a public university.
So we can verify, yes. When he was running for president, Joe Biden proposed forgiving all federal student debt for borrowers who attended public or historically black colleges and have annual incomes below $125,000. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
What can we verify for you? Email us at verify@ksdk.com, and we'll be right back. Incredible video tonight out of Alaska. Take a look at a landslide causes an avalanche of trees here. No one was hurt. Those trees now cover a primary road that actually links two towns together. People have to use water taxis to get in and out. They are working to clear those trees, and they can't start doing that until the geologists give the all clear that it's safe.
Yikes. There you have it. 5 on your side at 10.
Here is Frank Cusimano with Sports Plus.